Hello guys, so you're welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about an interview question that most of my viewers has been chatting me about. Um, an interview question like, what makes you unique? You know, many candidates in an interview have been confused when they ask questions like this in their interviews. What makes you unique? So today we're going to be giving you tips on how to answer questions like what makes you unique, so that in your next interview you're going to kill it out and come out successful. So number one tips on how to answering the question what makes you unique is be specific. Being specific in answering this question is very critical. For example, don't just tell the interviewer that I'm a good communicator. Being a good communicator does not expatiate enough for your interviewer to take you seriously. Give some highlights about what makes you unique, and in case of for example, you are telling them that you are a good communicator, tell them about your accomplishment, tell them about what you have achieved in your former company as a good communicator. For instance, tell them how you've used your good communication skills to solve problems in your former company or your former place of work, rather than telling them that you are a good communicator. So what am I trying to say? Be specific in the role, or be specific in your answering, specific in the answer that you are giving to the interviewer. So that's the number one tip. So your number two tips that I will advise you to use is highlight your strength. You know, you may ask these questions, or are you about to be employed in a role or in a position in a company? Take for instance, you're not the only one that has been called for that interview. Thousands of people or hundreds of people are also called for that specific position, and most of them also have the same certification, the same but they also have the same experiences just the way you do. So what makes you unique? The question is specifically to know what makes you outstanding out of other employees. So answering this question well makes them to consider you for the job. So I will advise you to highlight on your strength. When I mean your strength is mostly the skills you have achieved in your former company or in your place of work. Highlight them to the employer. Let them know that these are the things that you can do that any other person may not be able to do. So highlight your strength. And I always advise candidates that if they have not written down their strength, I'm not written down their strength, what they can do down. This is an opportunity for them. Before you go for an interview, make sure you list your strength, things you can do, things you know that you can do very well, that you can do even more than some other people. Mind you, some things that you can do very well, some other people, those are their faults. Those are things that they cannot even afford to do. So highlighting your strength in a job interview is what can make you to get the job. Highlight your strength, highlight your skills, your skill set, your soft skills, your hard skills, and your experiences that you have achieved in your different place of work. So that's the number two tips. Highlight your strength. The number three tip is relate your answer to the job role. Relate your answer to the job role. This is where you see most candidates, they are telling the interviewer about their strength, or they are telling the interviewer about what they have achieved or their unique traits, but they are saying something that's totally different from the job role that they are applying for. Whatever you are applying for, make sure that whatever you are saying is in synchrony with what you have applied for. For instance, if you are applying for the role of a marketing officer, make sure that your strength, or make sure that what you're describing in what makes you unique is in line with the marketing officer role, not in your other role that you've performed before that has to do with, let's say, for your administrative role. No, make sure that your strength in that particular field of the role that has been that you are applying for is what you are pointing out. Then when you point out, then they know that they are considering you for this. That's why I tell most candidates that never go for an interview where you don't know the role that you've been applying for. Some people will say that how possible is that someone will go for an interview and they don't know the role he's applying for. It happens most especially in the city of Lagos. I think that sometimes they call you for an interview because of your different application you've applied for. You don't even know what they are calling you to come and do. So if possible, in the interview decks, make sure that you know what you are really coming for, or make sure that you check the message that was sent to you critically, what you are coming for. before going for that interview. So first of all, I said be specific. Secondly, I said highlight your strength. And thirdly, relate your answers to the job role you are applying for. So in summary, I'll put all this into one example. For instance, you're asking me in an interview, okay, what makes you unique from other candidates? I can say what makes me unique is my leadership skill. My strong leadership skill enable me to inspire and help others to achieve their best in their different place of work. This was exhibited in my former place of work where I was made a team lead. So when I was made a team lead for a mentorship program, I helped to empower others by inspiring them. What I did first of all was to share the employees into different groups, which I mixed the junior employees and the senior employees. This enabled the junior employees to be able to gain more knowledge from this from their senior colleague, and at the end of the day, many talent was discovered in this different team because they were also given the opportunity to express themselves, and they were given the opportunity to learn from the best team. And at the end of the day, we recorded like 98% of success in our different team because they were able to implement their different talent to achieve great feat. So my great leadership skill is what makes me unique in this job I'm applying for. So having said that, I believe that you've gotten little tips on how to be relevant in an interview when you ask the question of what makes you unique. If you have other tips or you have other things you want to say, or your contributions, or you have questions, please drop them on the comment section. And don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share this video, and don't forget to follow our page, our different pages on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on TikTok, and on YouTube. You might just be helping your brothers or sister if you share this video. Once again, my name remains Michael Elva from Enterprising Skill Network. Thank you. See you next time in our next video. Bye.